some of the celebrities we thought we'd see, we have not, like George Clooney, some of the other big names. But you're here. What made you come to support Harris? And why?
I played a famous supporting character, Samwise Gamgee, in the Lord of the Rings trilogy. And people have told me for the last 24 years since they've been watching that how much they feel that Sam is a hero. We've been watching Kamala Harris in a very powerful supporting role for the last 3.5 years. She's now stepped out. She's ready. She's strong. And I don't want to miss this moment in history. I've wanted to see a woman, since my mom was president of my labor union in the mid-'80s, I've always thought a woman should be president of the United States. So I've been married 32 years. I've got 3 daughters, and whatever I can possibly do with I hate the idea of platform, but whatever I can do with the fact that I've established an audience to report with people. Mostly, I don't know if you saw this Harvard study that came out last week that said that entertainment figures are actually having a much more outsized impact than you'd think they would, but not necessarily in a bad way. Not necessarily, if I travel to other states, I'm not trying to persuade people in their state how they should vote. I'm there to support the staff and the volunteers and to let them know that they're, that I believe in what they're doing. So the idea of civic engagement is a pretty important message for people, and that's, if I can promote that and say, hey, regardless if you're going to vote for, be involved, and then vote for Kamala Harris for president.
And aside from the historical aspect, you've probably heard some criticism that she hasn't done a full news conference where she, unscripted for 1 hour, takes questions from reporters. Do you think we need to see more of that from her, possibly before the end of the month, where she's out there taking questions from journalists, doing one-on-one interviews in a more unscripted environment?
You got the debate coming up. Kamala Harris is going to be... I can't wait for the moment when those live press conferences happen. But the idea of it being I can understand why journalists are stressed out about that, but the fact is, to jump into a presidential campaign with only 90 days, she's got a lot on her plate. So she's going to do just fine in those interviews when they happen. But, I don't think we should let... I think if you look at 2016, journalism had an opportunity to really communicate effectively with the populace, and they sort of recklessly failed by giving way too much free airtime to a person who was unqualified. And so now they're going to get plenty of time with this candidate, and don't worry, I hope you get your questions asked.